Hi everyone, I'm Devin,
And I'm Andy.
and welcome back to
False
False Pretenses. Today we're going to be talking about James Paul Lewis Jr., a man who took the Ponzi playbook and added his own spin to it. If you would like to learn about Charles Ponzi as well, we already covered him. We've got a video. We'll leave a link in the description for you. At the time of Lewis's arrest and conviction, he had the longest standing Ponzi scheme in American history. However, it did not take long for another fraudster to jump his record, that being Bernie Madoff. We did another video on him. We'll also leave that link in the description for you in case you like this one for you to view after this. Lewis operated his scam out of Lake Forest, California under the name of Financial Advisory Consultants. Lewis originally portrayed himself as a modest, blue-collar financial advisor who had cracked the code in terms of the stock market and promised returns to investors that they would earn an annual rate as high as 18 to 40% and provided them with the account statements designed to convince them that they were indeed earning the promised rates of return.
Oh, nice. I love it. A very good mix of Ponzi and Madoff. A match made in heaven.
Or in hell.
Facts. Honestly, though, it's super impressive just how far these guys will go to cover up their scheme so that they can keep getting all this money. So let's go ahead and hear it, man. How did he spend the ill-gotten gains?
Lewis told his clients that he was investing the money, and he even made dividends and withdrawal payments so that the scam could continue. In reality, Lewis used investor monies to make payments of purported profits to other investors to enrich himself and make other unauthorized and unprofitable investments in his own name. Lewis also was known to finance his own high lifestyle of fancy cars, big homes, and girlfriends. Lewis not only had a home in Laguna Niguel, but a vacation home in Palm Desert and a membership in the nearby Indian Ridge Country Club, where the initiation fee goes for $95,000 and the monthly fee $785. Like many Ponzi schemes, Lewis relied on word of mouth to attract new investors. This, coupled with his personal charm and tales of previous success, quickly charmed new clients who eagerly invested, wanting to get in on this success and grow their money. Many people were dazzled by the numbers he promised, and as such did not believe it was too good to be true until it was. Lewis was able to make his scheme last for 20 years.
So this dude was just out here scamming people for 20 years. It's just so hard to believe that he could have had that processing and living that long. Like, how was he able to do that?
Well, a lot of the people that he was scamming, he knew personally. Most of them he went to church with.
Oh, no. It's kind of weird, dude. Like, word of mouth and how that can spread through church groups. Like, listen, just because they go to your church does not make them a good person, okay? You still need to do your due diligence and your research on people.
During the course of his scheme, Lewis was able to gain up to 5,200 clients around the United States. These people trusted James Paul Lewis Jr. with their life savings, pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into a Southern California investment fund on the word of a few friends. While many heard about the financial advisory consultants through fellow churchgoers, professional athletes said to have been investors. It's also said he was prominent in Utah, and many of his investors were within the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. By the time his scheme came crashing down, the Security Exchange Commission says the fraudulent scheme involved $813 million from those 5,200 investors.
Holy shit, dude. This dude was stealing from the Mormons? That's a gutsy play, dude. I've heard how them boys can get down in Utah.
What do you mean?
Let's just say there's a lot of money in Mormon communities, and especially top preachers. And with that much money, they can make certain things not be there anymore.
One of the investigators on his case, a man named Barry Minko, who himself was once imprisoned for 7 years for defrauding investors through his own ZZZ Best Carpet Cleaning Company, said, "It's a house of cards. It will go down as the longest running Ponzi scheme in history and the mutual fund that did not exist." Minko provided state and federal regulators with documents questioning Lewis's legitimacy and also prompted an investigation and story by the Associated Press. The FBI's search warrant and the SEC's civil complaint listed the same warning sign as the AP's story. The 57-year-old Lewis was investing tens of millions of dollars for clients and claiming extraordinary financial returns without being licensed or regulated as required.
So he wasn't licensed, which is crazy because during this same time frame, we had Bernie Madoff, who was operating his Ponzi scheme that was also not registered. So SEC is trash.
They dropped the ball.
Twice.
So
I didn't even
many
know
times.
twice. I just thought it was Bernie. I didn't even know there was somebody else that they were like doing the same. That's crazy, bro.
You want to get paid for not doing your job?
Work in the government.
The SEC is hiring. This is part of what allowed people to begin to catch on. In 2003, investors became suspicious when Lewis stopped paying his dividends. He claimed that the Department of Homeland Security had frozen the funds, and this bought him a little bit of time, but eventually the FBI was after him. After a bit of a manhunt, he was arrested in Houston, Texas in 2004. He was brought back to California, and in 2006 was convicted and sentenced to 30 years in prison by a federal judge. U.S. District Judge Cormac Carney also ordered him to pay $156 million in restitution. Judge Carney described the scheme as a crime against humanity because of the harm done to many elderly victims, some of whom now face a bleak future in the final years of their lives because of their having been made destitute at the hands of Mr. Lewis. Of the $814 million, only $11 million was recovered by the court-ordered receiver.
Yeah, crimes against humanity for sure. I agree. There's two groups of people that you should just never, ever, ever try to fuck over, and that's the elderly and little children. Like, when people do that, I ain't got no respect for you, bro. Honestly, just wish you died.
Leave the helpless alone.
Yeah, if you also agree that this was a crime against humanity, let us know down in the comments.
Share your outrage.
Share it
with us.
If you're just as pissed as we are reading through this story, let us know, and we can embellish in our hatred together. Don't forget to subscribe, and check out the channel for more fraud-style documentaries, and hit that bell icon so that you're notified every single time that we upload a new video. That's us at False Pretenses.
We'll catch you next time. You know, I couldn't even find this dude's fucking birthday on the internet.
Good. He doesn't fucking deserve an ounce of fame.
Yeah, I could only find, like-named people, but not the actual one.
Fucking jackass this guy is.
Mm-hmm. Trash.